Good morning. Time for another Take Time Tuesday, and we start by breathing. So breathe in, breathe out. Over the weekend, I did a bit of doom scrolling because I will on occasion, and there was a creator that said something that really struck home with me, and it was about the kind of legacy one leaves behind. As everyone knows by now, last week we lost, in the same span of time, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan. And you could not have a more diverse legacy to leave. Hulk Hogan, was a famous entertainer, wrestler, and then as he got older, became a huge supporter of the far right talking point and became almost militaristic in his speech patterns against immigration and against the working class, and really in violation of the base that rose him to popularity. And maybe that's even part of the point. He became full of vitriol and hate discourse. Conversely, Ozzy Osbourne, whose history was a lot more nuanced and chaotic, despite being very popular as a metal rock star, and his trials and tribulations with drugs and whatnot, was a genuinely caring person, very, very Christian in the true version of Christianity, led a very helpful and quietly supportive life. We learned posthumously, for example, that his last concert raised roughly $290 million, which he gave all to charity for children. And I think that's part of the point. They both left a legacy. One is clearly more humanistic than the other, and oftentimes we don't really give consideration to that until someone passes. But in a more personal, in a more realistic point of view, it leaves you to wonder, what kind of legacy are you leaving behind now? When you walk out of a room or when you move away from an area, what do people remember of you? Do they remember that you were that quiet, soft-spoken person that really was kind of forgettable and fell into the wallpaper? Do they remember you were a genuinely caring and compassionate individual who stood up for the opinions and thoughts and feelings of other people? What do they remember? And that's something that I think I've struggled with quite a bit of my life, is that I have always tried to leave a situation better than when I found the situation. In a weird way, it's an old Boy Scout thing. When you go camping, you always leave the environment better than when you arrived on the environment. But I do believe that, and I do try to do that. And I think more often we should be cognizant of how we leave our small imprint or our legacy in an environment. It's something we really should think about. And I don't think many people give it enough credit to actually spend time doing. We're too quick to judge others. We're too quick to create a tumultuous environment rather than a healing one. So think about it for the day. If you were to leave today and walk away, what kind of legacy would you leave? Something to think about. Y'all have a good day.